Good morning and happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Just a reminder that I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here, for supporting your pursuit of best self, but also my dream of helping others pursue their best self. That's first and foremost. Second thing, let's talk supplements. There's 3 important things to know when it comes to supplements. Number 1, why are you taking the supplement? If you don't get enough protein, then the supplement that we recommend and talk about the most is what? Whey protein, usually. If you have dietary restrictions and you can't have whey, then we talk about different things. But whey and protein bars, etc. Whey continues to be one of the most bioavailable, meaning how much of every scoop. So 1 scoop usually is 24 grams of protein. With that, you get a tremendous financial benefit as well. You get essentially a 10-pound bag now, which is $140 roughly. So $14 a pound for, I believe it's 20 servings. So it's less than $1 a serving. So the benefit of protein in that realm is very, very good from a cost perspective. I think about how much steak is. Steak is between 20 and 30 pounds. 20 and $30 a pound. So it's expensive. So the bioavailability, because it's liquid also, is very high. So how much of every scoop are you able to absorb is very high. So the number 1 supplement we usually talk about when people are in pursuit of best self is whey protein. Number 2, when it comes to evaluating supplements for you, and I love this question because people say, what about this? And they take photos and they send them to me all the time. I think it goes back to you. It goes back to your goals. And you have to say, all right, if I'm going to be working out 3, 4, 5 days a week, this is a supplement that is going to help me to do that, right? Because 3, 4, 5 days a week of workouts, I'm going to even put pickleball or maybe singles, pickleball and golf in there if you walk, because it is a demanding activity, or cardio if you're doing a half marathon or marathon or 10K. I think there is validity to needing to supplement with things that are going to help you perform better. And one of those is creatine. People ask all the time about creatine. This is another one that's on the very cheap spectrum, okay? If there are expensive options out there, that means nothing in regards to the quality. The most quality is you can look on the label and it says NSF, nationally certified safe for sport. So yeah, that's the biggest thing from a creatine perspective. Does it support you and your goals? And if you're working out 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week, you're gonna need support, right? So there's that. So I think the second question is it right for you? The third question comes into other supplements in general. Should I be taking vitamin D? Should I be taking Brian Johnson's Blueprint? Right, there's a thing on Netflix right now about longevity. Netflix and Peter Attia are doing a good job of talking about longevity. What is correlated, not causing. We don't have the causes just yet, but what is correlated with a longer lifespan? And most people would say, I'd like to, extend my glory days. Right, so it's not just the longevity; it's also the longevity of being able to do things for longer. Golf, tennis, pickleball, whatever, kayaking, hiking. If you can do those things for longer, most people would say that the quality of life is higher. But so the question becomes: is this right for me? How do I know this is right for me? So this is really important. Really important. I would argue that the time is never easier, faster, quicker. The results are unbelievably simple to decipher with help. A blood test, a comprehensive blood panel. I'm not talking like a three thing. Nope. A comprehensive blood panel. So the one I did originally was 600 different things. Then we whittled them down after realizing that there was a couple that were, you don't need to do a 600 panel blood test every year or every 6 months. But people change their dietary habits. One of the things that, for instance, when I was on the East Coast, I would eat seafood all the time, multiple times per week. When you move to the Midwest, you don't. So what happens? So your blood panel will change as a result of your dietary habits, and it changed over time. So I think that's important. And the blood panel helps find out the holes in that. So should you be taking vitamin D? Maybe in the winter? Yeah. There's a high likelihood, but you're not going to know unless you test, right? Should you be taking what's the one that, from the longevity perspective, everyone's talking about bergamot? Anyways, like all these inflammation things. Look, and I'm not even going to tell you things that I'm taking because it's not of value to you because you didn't have my blood panel results. So the value proposition that I have in this space and providing value to you is simple. I want to save you time, energy, money. I know you're going to spend time reading and maybe time going to the store to get to the supplement, or time on Amazon or wherever you're going to get your supplement. I want to save you that time, energy, and money. And I've spent a lot. I've taken a lot of supplements. It's been since college, even high school. And I think the validity of is it right for you? I can't answer that question because I don't have your blood panel results. In addition, though, I'm going to come at it with a lens that says, is this brand, for instance, Designs for Health, which is one of the brands I have access to, you can only have it with a nutritionist. Designs for Health, the markup is very high. So if you're in this space and seeing this space, you can text me and be like, hey, can you order me this? Yeah, we can get you. Okay. But it's only through a nutritionist that you get this discount. Otherwise, the price of most of these, even if they're high quality like Designs for Health is, you can only get it through a nutritionist. So again, the three things, most importantly, I couldn't tell you which supplement is right for you, but if you find a hole in your food log where you're not eating enough protein, yeah, then whey protein is right. Number two, from an expense standpoint, most of these great supplements don't need to be that expensive. So don't go breaking the bank. And if one is expensive, you have to wonder why. A lot of times there's influencer marketing actually baked into the price now. Not going to mention names, but there is influencer marketing based into the price. So they'll price something at $40. The cost is $10, but then they're going to give influencers their code and say, all right, we can accept, a $10 margin. We're going to give you 50% of the margin. So influencers are more likely to, right? So you're going to get a $20 stipend. I got $16 in Amazon my Amazon page, $16 last year. This isn't a source of income for me, but for a lot of influencers it can be. And this is what these supplement companies will do, is they'll price it at 40. Influencer gets 50%. Meanwhile, it only costs $10. So food for thought, literally. And then the third thing, though, is that the best way to find out what supplements are right for you is a blood panel. That's it. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you.